So I've got the X-Terra Pro here from Minelab, and I want to see, can this machine handle the beach? I'm not interested right now in park, fields, and all of that. I'm sure that handles it just great, but for this video, I'm only interested to see, can it handle the beach? Okay, I'm Chris from Treasure Hunters. Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to test out the new Minelab X-Terra Pro and see, is it any good at the beach? We know that the simultaneous multi-frequencies do well at the beach. You get good depth, good stability. This is not a simultaneous multi-frequency machine. It is a single frequency. You can change the frequency, but on beach mode you cannot. It's 8 kilohertz. Let's go to the beach, let's test it out. Let's see, can it find something at decent depth in the wet sand? Is it going to be stable in the wet sand or in the salt water? These are my questions. This is what I want to test out. Let's go check it out and get some answers. All right, made it down to the beach, and the wind is absolutely pumping here, so I don't know if the sound's going to come out at all, but we can try. So let's get it started. I'm just going to switch the machine on. Just do a quick noise cancel over here because I've got a lot of recording equipment. So let's just see, finds a good channel, 06, right? And let's bump up the sensitivity to, well, let's just see how stable this machine is. Let's run it at about 20. We're on beach mode 1. We're in the dry sand, so let's just give it a spin. I'm just as excited to do this as you to hear if it's stable or not, because I've never used this machine before. I think coming here, it's actually just picking up my scoop, because I've got my camera on the scoop. Let's just try that. So when I just get the volume up a little, let's get the volume as high as we can because we are in this wind and we need to hear exactly what's cracking. So I can only use 8 kilohertz on the beach. 8 kilohertz, we can't change it. If you try and change that, it's going to moan at you. So we've only got 8 kilohertz, so it's interesting to see. Right, let's go. So obviously on the dry sand, I expect it to be quite stable, which it is. We'll do some actual tests with targets a little bit later. Right now I just want to see stability. Stability on the dry, obviously not expecting it to be anything else but stable. But when we get down to the wet sand, it's going to be a little bit more interesting. So let's see. Okay, hitting the wet sand now. And I haven't done any sort of ground balance or anything like that, so it's pretty stable. Into the wet, no chirps. A little chirp there, but that could even be a signal, because there's nothing here. Okay, so running pretty stable considering. But we are also running it on beach mode 1, which does say you can use it in the dry and the wet. But I know on the Equinox, certainly if you're on the wet sand, beach mode 2 is a little bit more stable. But then you just start losing a little bit of sensitivity to targets. Okay, just gonna run it down a little. 18. Heard a few chirps here and there. This is pretty stable, eh? I mean, this is no less stable than something like an Equinox would be, and that's a multi-frequency machine. A few chirps here and there, which could even be a very deep signal. But what I'm going to do is change the mode, and let's go to a beach mode, sorry, not that one, a beach mode 2. And that should be even more stable now. Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm not even getting those little odd chirps here and there. Beach mode 2 is running very stable. I can even split up the sensitivity a little bit. Okay, so machine running very, very stable on the wet sand. That's very cool, very nice to know. Even it's going to run it even higher. Let's just see. Okay, there it's starting to pick up a bit of rubbish. So let's go back to 21. Yeah, okay, 20 was where we were running it. Okay, it's giving a little bit of chirpiness here. Okay, 18 on the sensitivity. There's nothing, no chirps, no nothing. This machine's running super stable. Okay, so no issues whatsoever in terms of stability. All you have to do is perhaps go to beach mode 2 and reduce sensitivity just slightly, but it can still run it pretty high, and the machine runs nice and stable. Okay, that's very cool. Just want to see, you can even go down to perhaps ground tracking and let's run ground tracking, which should even help even more with the stability, but not that we needed it, because it is super quiet here on the wet sand. And let's just go into the light shallow surf. Sure, the water is looking disgusting today. Brown, brown, brown. Wind is pumping. Windy day in Cape Town. But this machine is running rock solid here on this wet sand. Not even a chirp. Not a chirp at all. Okay, that's great. I was wondering how well it's going to work being a single frequency, but Minelab have done something right. So in terms of stability, there's no issue. All right. What we're going to do is go into, I'm going to go into beach mode 1 again, because I now want to actually run some depth tests. So let me get a target out here and just see. I'm going to start with a coin. Let me get the coin out if I can find it here. There it is. Don't want to lose it. Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to go into beach mode 1 now for the dry sand to do some depth tests. Just going to use a little tiny little 1 rand coin here and just see what kind of depth we can get. We're going to run the frequency, we'll run it up at about 22, 25 is the max. I think 22 should be pretty good on the dry sand. So I'm just going to do 1 scoop. If you look at the scoop, you'll see it's actually a very big scoop. So 1 scoop down is actually quite a decent depth. Okay, so we 1 scoop down here. I'm going to just throw the coin in and cover it up. Now obviously I expect this to be no hassle at all to be picked up, but let's see. Yeah. Easy. No problem. Which is to be expected. Okay, it's out. Let's just find it now. Oh, look at that. It's a double target. Okay, so here's my coin. Where's my coin? It's not a double target. All right, Let's go a bit deeper. All right, so we're gonna go 2 scoops down. So I can't give you an exact depth. I'll even go a bit deeper than this. That's very deep. Okay, so that's actually very deep if you look down here, but I don't have a ruler or anything like that. These are just for real world tests. So that is a deep hole normally. I detect here a lot. That would be very deep. I mean, I'd be surprised. Let's just see if it's a clean signal. No, it is. So a very jumpy signal. Between 70s and 66 to 80 something there. But it's picking it up. If I put up the sensitivity, even better, no problem. And it's pretty stable at max sensitivity, but I don't like using it at max. It's always going to be some sort of interference, so just want to change angle here. All right. Just to show you, it's not picking up. Oh. Actually, it is picking up some other stuff here. So let's drop the sensitivity down to 20. Yeah. I'm still pretty convinced that it could actually be something here. Okay, let's go back to our hole. Okay, so I dropped the sensitivity down. It's actually picking it up still pretty easily. I mean, you're definitely going to dig that. Yeah. So that's picking up the signal, the target, the coin at quite a depth. And as you can see, it's not that it's picking up anything else. It's not falsing. It's definitely picking up that target. All right, let's dig that out. Still in there. There it is. Bam. All right, so as we suspected, there's not going to be any issue with picking up stuff in the dry sand. We'll just test it quickly with a silver ring. So as you can see here, a little silver ring. Let's just dump this into the same hole. But if it'll pick up that coin, it's definitely going to pick up that ring. This ring is it's got more metal on it than that little 1 rand coin. So it's interesting. It's definitely picking it up, but it's not picking it up as... Ah, there we go. It is getting me a nice solid tone now. Might just be the way that I dropped that ring in. It's a little bit more iffy this side. But it's definitely picking it up. It's not that solid tone that you would expect. See, it's also my scoop that's interfering a little bit here. So numbers also jumping. I mean, they're high numbers, which is to be expected for silver, but it is jumping around a little. Let's just try the pinpoint. Okay, so pinpoint's picking it up. Let's get it out. And I mean, that was very deep. So now that it's shallower, the machine is picking it up a lot better, obviously. So numbers like 80, 81 for the silver. Yeah. So it didn't pick it up as nice as I would have hoped, but it was very deep. I mean, look at that hole. That's deep, deep. So definitely picked it up. But let's try it about this depth. This is probably a more realistic depth for these kind of machines. Let's run it a bit higher. Yeah. I hope you can hear that, but yeah, that's definitely a lot better. You can see that it's showing quite deep, so on maximum depth. It's a more jumpy signal than I would have expected it to be honest with you. I thought that would give it quite a nice, solid tone. A tone like this. This is what you would expect to hear. Nice, solid tone, not jumping around too much. So obviously this is very shallow. But nonetheless, it'll pick it up. You're going to get that tone, you're going to investigate, you'll pick it up. It still picks it up at a decent depth. You're just going to be a bit more numbers jumping around a little bit more. And yeah, you'll have to investigate what it is. All right, let's try the wet sand. In fact, let's not try the wet sand just yet. I've got one more test to do. The frequency runs at 8 kilohertz, which is generally good for silver and high conductive metals. But how well will it do with, here's a piece of, a coin actually. It's a pure gold coin, but it's 1 gram. So it's next to nothing, 1 gram of gold. So normally you'd use a very high frequency machine to pick up very fine gold. They will pick up gold much better. But let's see how well this machine picks up gold at 8 kilohertz. So this is quite shallow again. This is pretty much a little bit more shallow where that silver ring was. But let's see how well it picks it up. Yeah, so it's picking it up and you're getting numbers all over the show again, anywhere from 4, 6, 18, 50, 65. This is where a high frequency machine would really kick in a lot better, because it would be picking it up more solidly. But as picking it up, you would definitely investigate that and see what it is. At this angle, I'm getting a nice mid-tone, which is what you'd expect for gold. Definitely would expect that for gold. But bear in mind, it is only 1 gram. See, now it's picking it up obviously a lot better. And here, that's what you would expect for gold, obviously. But on this machine, 40s, 35s to 40s, a nice mid-tone. So it did pick it up, even at 8 kilohertz, which is not great for gold. I shouldn't say it's not great for gold. It is okay for gold. It's just that if it's a very, very fine gold, like maybe a very fine gold chain, or maybe just the stud of a back of an earring, there's very tiny stuff. 8 kilohertz certainly is not going to give you that strong signal on it. if it's a nice big gold ring, you're going to have no issues whatsoever with this machine on 8 kilohertz. But yeah, okay, so it picked it up. That's what I wanted to test. Let's go to the wet sand, see if it picks up the coin. Oh, it's getting cold out here. Wind pumping, cold. All right, let's reduce this. We said 18 worked well on the wet sand. I'm going to change the mode to beach 2. That was where we were getting nice stability. So that's where I would have used this machine in today's conditions. So let me just dig a hole here. All right, let's get the coin out again. Bear with me. There you go. All right. We'll use the coin for these tests so I don't lose my silver or gold. All right. Okay, so we're in the wet sand here, and let's see how well it picks up the coin in the wet sand. Yeah, no problem. At that depth in the wet sand, it's giving me a nice solid numbers. No problem whatsoever. Nice and stable. Anywhere else in the wet sand, come over and pick up the coin. Okay, awesome. All right, let's try a little bit deeper. Oh. And that's actually kind of the depth I would expect. This machine, I wouldn't really expect to be picking it up much deeper, but okay, let's do a deep hole. So here we are, deep hole. All right, this is going to be more of a challenge for the machine, but let's have a look. Yeah, it's a little bit too much for the machine. I mean, it's got an inkling of a scratchy signal there, but nothing that I would stop to dig for. If I bump up the sensitivity, I was picking it up quite nicely on 20 sensitivity. And if you're swinging nice, low and slow like you should, that definitely will pick it up. Let's run it a little bit higher, 22. Okay, 22 picks it up very well, actually. Let's just see how stable we're getting at 22. Okay, so 22 is a little bit unstable here. I've got ground tracking on. 22 is a little bit high. I'm on beach setting 2, so I wouldn't run it at 22. It is picking it up. We've got some water in here now at depth. So I'd have been running it probably at about 20, and I'm not picking that up. I'm not picking that up. It was just a little bit too much of an ask. And to be fair, I did run that at the way the coin landed was on its edge as well. So very difficult conditions for the machine to pick it up at that depth on its edge. See if we can actually get my coin back. Yeah. We've gone nice and deep in here. Need to really try and get my coin out. Good thing it wasn't the gold coin. Okay, I think we got it. Oh, I think we got it. Yeah, we got him now. There he is. Okay, so I'd say that was a little bit too deep in the wet sand for the machine. Let's cover this hole up. with a little bit more sand, and we can try again. I actually like to try a fresh hole. This one was, a little bit too done. All right, let me cover that up a bit more and we try another hole. All right, we're gonna try again. Let's just see here, and let's not get the coin on the edge this time. Let's try and get it, maybe not as deep. That's a deep-ish hole, but not as deep as the other time. I'm gonna put the coin a little bit more flat in. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's falling onto its edge, sinking onto its edge, but it's okay. It'll give us a good indication. All right, let's see again now. Yeah, no problem. So that's actually a decent depth. I wouldn't expect much more of a depth than that for this machine, but if I'm picking up a coin at that depth, I'd be happy. Yep, no problem. All right, let's get that out. Still in there. Okay, we got him out. There he is. So that was a decent depth actually here on this hole in the wet sand for this coin. So you are going to get decent depth out of this machine. Let's actually try. Okay, let's try the gold coin again. Why not? Why not? I got more faith in this machine now. Remember, this is the first time I'm using this machine, so I'm just as excited to test out all these settings just like you are. All right, again, that's decent depth. In goes the gold coin. Let's see, that is quite deep for a little 1 gram gold, but let's see. It's picking up a signal. Numbers are very low. But it's definitely picking up a target, so you may be interested to dig that one. Oh, there it is. Let's also try it maybe not as deep. Somewhere around here. Okay. Let's not bury it right now. Okay, we're gonna do just one scoop down. Gold coin in. Cover it up. Hopefully this will be no problem for the machine. It's only one scoop down. Yep. Now you're getting a nice solid tone on the gold coin. No problem with that. One scoop down on a very fine 1 gram gold coin. So on my scoop, which is a very big scoop, 2 scoops down is a little bit iffy, but 1 scoop down is absolutely no problem whatsoever. All right, that's good news. I'm loving the stability of the machine, loving how quiet it is when I'm swinging it around here in the wet sand or in the shallow surf, no problem. We know now 1 scoop down is going to be no problem for any of the targets. 2 scoops down, it still picks it up. It just becomes a bit of an iffy signal and the numbers are going to jump around a lot. Okay, so thanks for sticking with me. We're back from the beach now. The video has been a lot longer than I anticipated, so if you're still with me, thanks for hanging in there. But now that you've seen the footage, only you can decide whether you think that this machine is right for you. Personally, who do I think this machine's for? I think definitely someone who's just starting out in the metal detecting world, who wants to grab a machine. It's easy to use, turn on and go. Don't have to worry about too many settings. This is going to be a nice, easy machine to use for you at the beach. We saw it was nice and stable. And even someone who is already got a mid-level to top-end beach machine that's looking for maybe just a backup detector, I think this one will also fit those needs as well. I was impressed with the machine for an entry-level machine. As I said, you can see the footage again and decide whether you think it's good for you. If you do want to purchase this machine, you can purchase through us. We do sell it at www.treasurehunters.co.za. Only available to those in South Africa, of course. If you're internationally, you're going to have to find a local Minelab dealer. If you think this machine is not for you, however, you can still have a look at our website. We do sell a wide variety of different machines and different brands. I'll put the link in the description below so you can have a direct link on where to purchase this detector. And we'll also put a little discount code, whether you want to buy this one or a different machine on our site. The discount code will work for you. So we appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. If you did like and enjoy this video, press the subscribe button and even the notification bell. You can press that one and you'll be notified of new videos in the future. Also, in the comments, let me know what kind of videos you do enjoy, if you enjoyed this one or if you didn't, and what kind of content you would like to see. And then hopefully I can produce that kind of content for you, and let's grow this channel and enjoy it together. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.